All right, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Chef Boy, you with Dad, and today I'm going to be showing you how I built a high performing 1440p gaming PC that can crush any game, all for only $604. This PC is going to be rocking a RX 6700 XT with a AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, and that 5600X is going to be paired with a Asus TUF Gaming X570 Pro Wi-Fi ATX motherboard, and all this is going to be on PCIe Lane Gen 4, so that's awesome. Now, can you build a PC like this for only $600? I'm not sure, but today I'm going to be showing you basically all of the websites that I use and the websites that y'all need to, all the websites that I use. And it's basically 7 websites that I use. 5 are legit. 2 of them are kind of shady. It can feel like you're going down a dark alley looking for some Fat Joe, but if you do your research, be cautious. You might just come out there alive with some PC parts. Now, obviously, most of the PC parts are going to be used because that's where some of the best deals are. So they're going to be secondhand parts. But basically, these 7 websites are going to be obviously eBay. Now, eBay is a bidding site, so you're going to have to bid for your parts. Now, you can't buy them outright. Now, the best times to buy things outright and to find deals are basically in the morning. That's where I find my deals are, in the morning. Now, when you're bidding for the items, that can be kind of shaky. It's just really a crapshoot. If you get lucky, you get lucky. I found a 3070 for under $200 bidding one time, so you can do it. Second website is definitely Amazon. Now, Amazon is where you're going to get all the extra little parts and sometimes a PC case, or most of the times I get them from Amazon. PC case. Now, those are going to be your parts like your cooler, your storage, your RAM, your cable extension. All these are going to come in new. You can go used, but the price really does differ. Now, you like a motherboard, you can get used from there. Next one is AliExpress. Now, AliExpress is a website really where I get CPUs. You can get a lot of parts, but you are going to be waiting sometimes weeks, sometimes months just to get your parts because they do come from overseas. So, but it is a great place to get your CPUs at. And the last one is Newegg. Now, Newegg is really where I use for cases, or you can find some flash deals. Or there's a new thing called Group Buy. None of these parts came from Newegg, except for this chair. The chair I did get off the Group Buy, but yeah, you can find your parts from Newegg. Now, those are the legit sites. The 2 shady sites that I use is shopgoodwill.com. Now, this one is a legit site, but the parts that you get from them, it can be pretty much in any condition, and all you really go by is a little description and pictures. So basically, look at those pictures, do your research, and pray that they come in working condition, because a lot of them are as is and not tested. So if you're using that website, good luck. The next one is Mercari. Now, this one is like eBay, but there's no bidding. I guess it's like Facebook Marketplace where you can just buy stuff, but it's from all over the United States, and it's shipping. They do Japan now. Now this site can be shady because there's a lot of scams run on this site, or when you buy something, they're probably like drop shipping. If they can't get it, then they just don't ship in. You get your money refund. So you got to watch out. Just do your research. These sites I actually typically like to see if they actually have stars or a rating. And if they don't, then now if you find a deal on there, you're just taking a shot. If they don't have no rating, now there are new people up on there. I don't advise you to do that, but yes. And another thing with Mercari, unlike eBay, now I have found some shady shipping with eBay, but Mercari, it's just random people shipping. And I actually got this motherboard and it came in this box. And yeah, the cushion was the backs. Now it came in working order. Well, I haven't checked the storage on there, but everything else worked. Um, but if you know and you ship from there, no bags are conductive. Walmart bags can be conductive and can cause like static. So yeah, be careful when you're doing it. I also got that 36 or that 3060 Ti from Mercari, and that one came bent and then also horrible packaging. I might show you the pictures of it. And then that seller was weird because when I told him, he was just like, well, I shipped it. It was in great packaging, and we went back and forth on that, and it wasn't. I couldn't really put the pic. I wanted to put pictures on there, but it's not clear how to put pictures on Mercari. So if you know how to put the pictures on there, let me know. But yeah, Mercari can be a little shady. Now the 7-1 is an honorable mention because I'm always on there, but I haven't found a great deal. And that's just because of my market, but your market might be better, and that is Facebook Marketplace. Now these are from peers around you, so it is a legit site. You get to see the product firsthand, and sometimes you can test them on site. Now I'm always on there just because I sell my PCs, or I try to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. And there are other people on there that's selling their PCs, and I always check to see the ranges. And yeah, I'm selling some great PCs like a 3060 Ti with a Ryzen 5600X, for 750, a 3060 PC for 675, a 2070 with a Ryzen 3600 for 650, and this PC is about to go on there for around $800. So I try to keep them on that spectrum. I also got like some OEMs on there, Dell Optiplexes. But yeah, those are basically the sites that I use, and I'm gonna go over all the parts right now, and where I got them from and the price. All right, y'all. So here are the parts and where I got them from and the price I paid. So starting off is a 6700 XT that I got from shopgoodwill.com for $226.55. Now, shopgoodwill.com is a bidding site. You can only bid for the items on there. And basically, I do snipe bidding. So when it comes to 30 seconds or less, that's when I place my bid. Now, you got to know that you're going to be paying for shipping and handling and taxes all the time. So before I put my bid in, I always calculate those into the price before I put the top of the line bid that I'm willing to pay at. I think I bid it $198. And $200 was the top that I was willing to pay. And yeah, 30 seconds, I'll put that in. If someone bids over that, then they get it. It's no sweat to me. The motherboard came from Mercari. You already saw the box it came out of. It came at $63.47. Now, Mercari, you gotta know that they charge you service fees. Now, unlike sites like eBay or Java, where the service fees are placed on the seller, service fees here are actually placed on the customer. And you can't bid for these parts. You can only buy them outright, and they set their price, and you can actually do an asking price. So you can ask for something lower than that. And if they accept it, then you get it. And that's basically what I did. I think I set it at like $45, and he accepted it. And this is the Asus Tough Gaming X57 Pro Wi-Fi ATX motherboard. Nailed it. I've been trying hard to get that one. But yeah, the next is the processor. It's in there. I don't know if you can see it, but the processor came from AliExpress, one of the best places to get your Ryzen processors from. Now that processor was $79.80. Now AliExpress does this things with cents and coupons. So you can get coupons, or you can use cents, or you could use their coin system. I don't know how that works, but this is a 6-core 12-thread CPU. And when I paid for it, it was like coupons was like $3 off 40 or more, and then another $3 off 80 or more. And then that's how it got brought down to $79.80. Now the RAM I got from eBay. You already know you can bid or you can buy it outright. I bought it outright, and with shipping, because I think they asked for shipping, it came out to $32.22. Now I have been buying my RAM from eBay, and the reason why is because you can get RGB cheap on there. When you go on to Amazon, Newegg, those RAMs ain't really equipped with RGB, or if you want RGB, they're going to be at a premium price. But you can get a used set of RAM off of eBay for cheaper, and that's just what I tend to go for. And RAM is pretty much reliable. I haven't had a bad stick yet. This one is clocked at 3600 megahertz, so that was also a plus. 8 gigabytes, DDR4, by PNY. Now, the rest of the parts came off of Amazon. You can start with the cables, which was $15.40, and those also have instant coupons you could click on. That's what I did. It was a 10% off, so that's how I got that one cheap. The storage is a 4th gen by MSI, Spatium, 1 terabyte, and that was for $53.49. It was on sale, so they do have flash sales. So I'm always on Amazon looking for sales and looking for parts. And since it was 4th gen, I had to pick it up, and that's a pretty good price for 4th gen. The case I also got from Amazon. Now the case was $60.98. The time they were having a sale on this for $56. Usually it's $89. That's why I see it on now. I also actually kind of paid cheaper because I got the Amazon credit card, and you can build money off of that. I don't recommend y'all to get an Amazon credit card if you're not good with credit cards. I'm not really good with credit cards. I'm trying to become a credit card person now, but yeah, especially so be safe with that. That's why I put the $60.98 instead of the $46 that I actually paid on there. The CPU cooler is also from Amazon. It's the Thermalright Assassin X90 SE ARGB. Nailed it again. That was only for $18.71. And it's one of the best coolers that you can actually get for that price range, and they have sales on that all the time. You can find that for like $15 to $20 all the time. The power supply is the tried and true. I have used this on a couple of my PCs, and the reason why is because it's 80 plus gold and it's 650 watts. This recommends 650 watts, so I definitely wanted to go with that. So those are all the parts. Now I'm about to put the PC together, see how it performs. See you in the next one. So in the game testing, everything went off without a hitch. First I went Fortnite Pro settings, 1440p, and it maintained over 200 FPS. Dipped down there in the 180s, but it was still very smooth. After that, I went into Apex at 1440p. Now this one did even better at pro settings. It maintained in the 230s, dipped down there and there, but mostly maintained 230s and above, even 240s. Then you already know I went into Warzone. Warzone is a little bit harder to run, but at balanced presets 1440p, it did excellent, maintaining over 130 into the 140s, and it really felt smooth. Then I went into the in-game benchmarks for Cyberpunk. I tried it at low ray tracing, tried it at ultra settings and high settings. In low ray tracing, it maintained over 70 FPS. In ultra, it was 69 FPS, and in high, it was 91. So really, you can play in any one of those at 1440p. All right, so I just finished with the Time Spy score. I got a score of 11,525. Since the PC cost $604, the cents per score is 5.2 cents per score. So that's very solid, especially at 1440p. Let's switch over to big screen now so you can actually see the PC. I got it all decked out red. Real quick, Uh, this PC, like I said, 1440p. I love making PCs like at this range. I like to have a decent PC. I know I can make like a lower starter PC and go cheaper. I think a lot of people like to spend around $500. I think like the cost of a PC being around 600 all the way up to 800, which my ranges are around there just because I actually want to like build PCs that make sense. I want to build PCs that performs well. I don't, just because you have a starter PC just there, and I guess if you keep it on the rise and people can upgrade, but why do you always have to just upgrade from there? Just get you at a good point where if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade, or you can just play games at real good high frame rates. And I like to see my frame rates around 100 and plus in Warzone. So that's why my PCs are on the upper echelons, especially the prices. I don't get the best deals, but this one right here, I actually felt like was a real good deal. I know like the 3070 was a better PC and was a better deal, but this one, like I said, it's all on Gen 4. So all the components is on Gen 4. The motherboard has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities. So this PC is perfect. And yeah, my price range is going to be around 820 just because I have to, I actually had to buy Windows on this one, which only actually cost me $5. If y'all want to know, I might let y'all know how to get it if y'all ask me how to get Windows 11 for $5. Windows 11 for $5. I could do Windows 10 and an upgrade, and that might have been cheaper, but yeah, Windows for $5. But yeah, with the Red Devil in here, everything I wanted to be red. The case I definitely want to talk about. That's just all the extra screws on there. The case, I actually fell in love with this case. The only bad part about the case is the fans. The fans, just the connectors, don't allow you to like put in like ARGB hub on there and have them all connected. So I try to connect all of them together with the CPU and then connect that into an ARGB and see if they could synchronize with the button, but they really do not synchronize with the button. Uh, so I actually had to download a program so I can get everything synchronized, and it is red. Maybe y'all can get a better view if I open it. All right, so I just took the glass off so y'all can get a better view. Where was I? I was like on Gen 4, and then I don't know if I said the CPU, but basically I had to download a program to get all the lighting together, and that's basically it. But I do want to talk about the when I first got it, because I got the CPU off of AliExpress, and when it came in and I first seated it in there, I had to use a little force. So I was guessing it had a little built bent pins on the little edges, just slightly. You couldn't really notice it when I looked at it, but when I put it in, I had to do just use a little bit of force. And then when I first booted up games, the games are actually pretty shaky. The FPS was good, but the games were jumping everywhere. So I guess there was a CPU. I found me a CPU in my collection. Actually, I have some motherboards, and sometimes I keep CPUs in them. And there was a 5600G that I put in there, ran some tests, and the games worked perfect. Then I put this CPU back in there, I reseated it, and it started running perfect after test. So what I'm guessing is that first time I put it in there, they had some bent pins, wasn't really connecting right. But when I seated it and I reseated it, the pin straightened up and got a better connection. So after that, this did take me a week to do some testing. Usually I like to make my tests like one day I do the build, the next day I test out the games, and then I get it ready for purchase. But this time it took me a week because I just kept running tests and I wanted to run games and make sure it ran smooth. And then as you can see, it did start running smooth. I ran a lot of tests. I ran like Fire Strike Extreme. I ran Nomad on 3D Marks. I did some Cinebench on Cinebench 24. At multi-core, I had like 589 if I remember. Now that was a decent score. I wanted it to be in the 600s, but that's still, you know, some error in it. 620, I guess, is a good average score for this CPU. But then I tried the single core and that got a 94, and I was like only 4 points off of the 5800X. Which your average scores when I was looking up was around in the 80s. So I actually went above it. So that balanced out. But this was actually my favorite case to work in. Even though it was slim, like I was saying, even though it's a slimmer case, it was some good cable management. Also, I can work around in here. You can actually put a AIO cooler in here. You have enough space. The only thing I didn't like was the back trays. You do have to, where you put your ports at, you do have to actually wiggle and break them apart. I don't like to actually like replace them, or at least give me one or two of them that can be replaced, and then the rest of them break apart. Just because if you mess up, I did have to buy a SAG bracket. I didn't have to buy a SAG bracket. It's basically free because I had some points on the credit card. Uh, and with longer graphics cards like this, I just like to add a SAG bracket. Just make, there was no, I guess there was a little slight sag, but not nothing too serious. Just normal sag on there. But yeah, man, this was probably my favorite PC to build. Even better than that 3070 I built. Even though that one was like $40 cheaper. This one I had a lot more fun building. I had a lot more fun with the games because if you don't know, AMD graphics cards just for the raw power is better than RTX cards. But having all them extra stuff on RTX cards makes them make sense why people won't want them. Because if you think about people who get into PC building, kind of do think about streaming a lot. And some of them do think, well, what if I want to stream? So they want that capability. That's why RTX is up there and they've been in the game longer on top. And so that does make sense, but AMD offers a lot more raw power, and especially like if you ever did just put in an AMD card and then you opened up Streamlabs or just OBS, you might get that little signal H something where basically it's copyrighted, and then you have to go into the system and you have to turn that off just to get it working, and uh, that's just its own little thing that I just don't like. It's just like every time I go in there, I have to do that. Every time I do another card with AMD, but well, not AM, yeah, with AMD. But yeah, man, I did have some fun with this PC. So show your boy some love, and until next time.